Today I'm reviewing more Tycoon suggestions in the Kids on Tech Discord server. Add a system for sending Game Pass gifts to your own inventory for trade. So what I'm thinking is you buy a Game Pass, then you stick it in your inventory so you can trade it to someone. That's just limited though. I mean, kinda like it, but like that's just turned into limited. Not sure of how I would present this, but please add a forest map. I do want a forest map. Add a TU95M or beefed 2H. Sale? They already did a sale. How to carry would fit so well. Not really. Now setting toggle to disable the rebirth button from popping up even in your base. It's a psychological nightmare to make not save it mobile. Or at least added confirmation after clicking the rebirth button. I had no idea what he was talking about. He's mobile, so I don't play mobile, so yeah. It's an amazing. Yeah, whatever. With the new Spec Ops edition, I thought I'd suggest adding rappelling to the game. It would be a tier 2 Spec Ops operation that works by placing a rope on top of a building or mountain, cliff, and so on. After placing it, you'd have an option to choose a length of rope, 1 to 100 meters slider, and a max button width would adjust the length to the starting point to the ground height, and place a rope that would let us rappel down it or climb up it. Would also be a good thing to add to helicopters who can fast trip down to control point or to any other place on the map. I know it's about text for replay. I like that. I play Seed, so I do rappelling, so yeah. Wingsuit camo customization, that'd be awesome. F5. That looks horrible. I'll read it though. It's a good health to start at. That's also a good number of flares. 2 napalm, 6 unguided, so indirect, 2 bombs, 4 air. No. Here's the thing. 2 20mm cannons. 20mm cannons do 23 or so, I think, maxed. So that's 46 damage for the cannons. And you've got 4 air-to-airs. Okay. 2 bombs, 2 napalms. One or the other. Don't do both. It's not a good idea. Because then it's 2 different bomb keys. And 6 unguideds. I would say lower the unguideds, get rid of either the bombs or the napalm. Otherwise, it's a good idea, you just never batted his speed. They already kind of do that. Make both their new suits be equipped along with 2x health armors. Otherwise, they have a very situation where use people with 2x health. That is true. So, even if you have vests, you can pick armor with a small nerf. Hear me out. Your vests are amazing and fun, but you lose a ton of HP if you're not vested. About this, I suggest to make a different slot in the loadout only for vests, but if you equip armor you get a bit less HP. For example, if you equip the gliding suit, plus 30 HP, you equip the World War II, in total you have 100 more HP. Yeah, just don't take into account this bonus when you're doing this bonus. But if you have a vest and an armor to the same, it might be too broken. Yeah. Short vest plus armor equals certain amount of HP, not 100% of the armor HP the armor gives, considering also the vest gives you an additional HP. Edits. Yeah. No. Because that won't even be down, it'd just be instant death. And the Russian Zuber hovercraft. That is a massive hovercraft. I doubt it works very well, considering that bay opens. As a premium limited, which only has 2 rocket artillery launchers and 2 guns, similar to the PGO2 guns. So 2 crams, 2 CRAMs. This vehicle could be the first of its kind to store launch vehicles from its internal bay of the vehicle. It's too big for the hovercraft landing. The vehicle spawning system would be tank, ground vehicle spawn. If they can spawn a tank every 2 to 5 minutes, if the grass is destroyed by a tank, it will not affect the tank. The feature can be used by faction members to share the same spawn cooldown as you. I don't like that. It's an interesting idea, but I don't like it. Add an emits to boat or rebirth 11 carrier armory. 6 anti-air, CRM. 2 to 4 if one nerf can turn off and damage. 25mm machine gun, 50 caliber mount around, only for seat use. Ability can spawn a helicopter, space on deck. Only spot have ability like Stallion. If you're spawning the smallest helicopters, why does a Stallion be able to spawn there? I think that's the Viper. Why would you be able to spawn a Super Stallion on a carrier, a split carrier, when you have Z10 DeLorean a Little Bird? I don't get it. And spawn plane on it with spawn like a split carrier, only like F-14, F-15, F-35 is not naval, unless you do the naval variant. Aviate, refine, I misspelled that, not sure, all of them have auto land ability like drone fire on. F-14, it's a good idea, so is F-18, not F-35. I don't know about the Rafale because I don't know its history, but you also misspell it. You can bring your carrier, misspelled carrier to spawn heavily in plane. If you run out, you can restore, steal other, and some drone, have no clue. Have 4 flight, what? Why would you have flares? You mean chaff? 2 torpedoes, decoy, sonar, air radar. 5 to 8 million. That's actually good cost. Ship part 10 plus, and not 10 plus, because then it would be seen as independence for Zumwalt or a Chrono Plan. Do 15 parts. It's a lot of parts, but it's also an aircraft carrier, so. In order for this to be able to spawn, they would have to move the hovercraft bay thingy over a lot. It would be lovely when you can customize your Humvee with a pickup version, or you can add another LMG or other customization options such as CRAM on USS Douglas, and the main. That doesn't make sense. And then the main cannon would be removed if added 2 smaller cannons on the boat, or to customize your fighter with more jets. So basically, just customize your loadouts. Good idea. They're doing it weird. He got stuck. Let people instantly upgrade their vehicles to level 3 if they have the points to quality. I would like this, but I know it's not going to get added. I'm not doing Chinese. Scar H and HAMRIR as the first spec ops. Clarify, by the way. Nothing against the Chinese people. I just think their vehicles are garbage. Because, J50, J36, they are huge, have terrible armaments, all that stuff. Type 625E is probably the best Japanese vehicle, Chinese vehicle in the game. Because it's one of the only AAs. There's a few others, like Patriot, but it's one of the few. No, Automatic is an AA, although it's not very good at AA unless it's like slow-moving planes. Not very good for helicopters. Yeah. Scar H. Recent arties, or they should have added a few guns to make it feel fresh. To me, a Spec Ops frame felt more like a minor addition to the game. Yeah, that is true. To accompany the suits of the Spec Ops, they should add 2 new guns, Scar H and HAMRIR. Scar H is a widely suggested gun, and it should be inferior to Fall Heavy in terms of handling and recoil. No, it should have less recoil. But in turn, it should have better attachment compatibility. It's basically the LMG version of Scar. Has slightly more damage than standard Scar L. Went from Scar H to Scar L. But also said, is there already Scar L? I don't know. I do like that idea though. Make the wingsuit be compatible with the parachute. No smart wingsuiter would just go without a parachute. It's super dangerous. Not only is it realistic to add a parachute to the wingsuit, it also solves the problem of not being able to land where you want if you're going too fast. Please add lying down to be more. I do want that. Add the Corvette 3 speed 250 km. Why not? It's fun to drive around. It's not going to do anything. Basically a speedy Humvee, but it's a Corvette. No thanks. Also, I don't like that. Looks weird. I mean, honestly, that has been touched in the game with DeLorean, so that's why I think it's not about a variant to it. The photos just might do what it could look like. Now, before we just say a second idea, all that would be changed to the skin, sort of like F55G. This would be a legendary. Required to go in the upgrades kind of. No, too much work for just the skin. Also, DeLorean is already pretty annoying. I'm a user of it. Improving airdrops. Silent Boxer, ADATS, Striker, BMT, Terminator, maybe. So the airdrop with a higher cost. That makes sense. C-130 can carry a lot. So you can call in weapon airdrops, 4 in 1 airdrop, and you could choose loadout for which weapons airdrop. Or some equipment which takes 2 slots of the airdrop, like diving suit, wingsuit, armor. In UI, this could be split into categories like so. Like that. A drone swarm mechanic. Hell no. I hate drones. Makes it aerial vehicles to a solid collision against each other. Current plane collisions look like 2 toy planes colliding. Velocity would be cancelled by just some metals. It's flying at 300 kilometers an hour. They should go into each other and explode into their parts. I've seen many planes survive my UAV being thrown at them with 0 damage. When the UAV kills them, it's not even impactful. The whole plane just catches fire and falls to good idea. Stop kamikazing with UAVs. It's a pain. I don't know how this would work, but it would be funny if the DeLorean can time travel if it reaches 88 miles an hour. Maybe have the map change, have proper leaks. It'd be fun, but there's no point. Please let us customize the DeLorean for fun to make trips out. Add the YF as a slightly worse version of the F-22. Make it free to play as well. Make sure it's balanced so we don't have a good time. If you need any operation ideas for this aircraft, make it a 3-star. The upgrades 50 kills with F-22. Destroy 40 ground vehicles and activate stealth on any aircraft. No. Make it kind of blank since they deal very little damage. It's supposed to be its main weapon, really. It's currently because the machine guns are able to finish off. Every missile, even USS Independence, can still do it. Yeah. For being like anti-ship, anti-ground, it's not very good at either. Reduce the waiting time on upgrading vehicles. Yes. Alright, no weird intentions. So I like to suggest adding new tank variants. It's limited and free to boost up your morale. Play the game 24 hours a day with no rest for. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. No. Gunsta is already the no skill plane. Your Roblox friends share the same permissions. Oh, I remember that. No. Nope. I often fight with my friends because it's fun. That would be horrible. Someone help me to suggest we used to do honor. You're new, so I'm not gonna dislike it. Let's try to fortress. Let's use the P2 stance. It's kind of weird. Normally we shouldn't be able to see it, but in more techniques you can. It's kind of pissing me off since I have to waste 10 parts of B2 and make the bomb that he carries have more exploding rate. Pointed armament system. I think people have noticed how especially the Lord blocks videos on it. Our vehicles incorrect and inaccurate, hence why I've been working on this system. Every vehicle has 20 points. Spend those points on armaments. Make smart bombs track moving targets. Okay, that's a good idea. Nerf the MGS in anything. No. transfer money system. People just rack up money for nothing, so they have everything. We can't help out our friends who just joined our Rebirth 0. All the Rebirth 10s who complete their base and don't rebirth again, or any rebirth after you can just settle and keep gaining hundreds of millions of dollars in for what? Yeah. Yeah, I guess it'd be really cool if you added the MiG-29 sniper. I mean, no. Well, I'm just not gonna dislike it. There's already a MiG. Add more funny and Easter egg type rewards to give more reasons to rebirth past 10. I think giving more reasons to rebirth will help player longevity and gives them what to do other than sitting at whatever the highest level of operation we're in. I don't think any of the rewards should affect combat, or if they do, they should be hilariously bad or have funny interactions. For instance, a tankocopter should be able to shoot, but it only shoots from wherever the barrel is pointing when it's spinning, so it's pure RNG if you actually hit something. I like that. Zelensky plane. Tankocopter returns. Rowboat. That'd be awesome. Small patch of grass in the base. Touch grass. Add this Russian air defense. Same site to the base. People can replace the serum. So that's in Black Hawk Rescue Mission. It's a massive pain. Tiger 1, a World War II vehicle, good automatic machine gun, has good turret, and decently good armor. I'm always done for more World War II stuff, even if it is German. We need animations for vehicles. Instead of phasing through the entire vehicle, there should be an animation that actually uses the doors, making it more immersive and realistic. It should be similar to Battlefield 2042 or Battlefield 5. Return where we only had to do one task to get... No. It was a lot easier and I got a lot of stuff back then, but no. Please, for the love of God, fix the FPS problem this game has. More or less, most times if I feel FPS problems screw me over. That is true. Weather would be awesome. One or two medals from each kill would be cool. Please add temporary alliances. You ask the person to be allied and then they accept and refuse. Makes it like they're in your faction, but if you rejoin the alliance ends. I feel like a good addition to Wartech and jet maneuvers. You think about it, as you can do backflip, which is very boring. I feel like I used to be able to do more, but then the planes got reworked, so I don't know. The Project 1124, instead of the useless passenger seat in the cabins or captain's room, it could be used to control the machine guns. If you're alone, you can still use machine guns. I like that. Stealth. Oh my god. Lower radar signature than the F-22's smooth shapes fewer exploding angles. Heavily masked air intakes. Reduced radar reflections for vehicles good radars, such as the A-64 Apache Longbow. Overall design optimized for frontal and lateral stealth. Thermal signature. Flat, elongated exhaust nozzles, disperses hot gases, reduced infrared detectability compared to the F-22's conventional nozzle. Speed, Super Cruise, faster than most more stable Super Cruise, estimated superior to the F-22. Designed to sustain high speeds without afterburn and more efficient lane maneuverability, less agile, and close range combat than the F-22. No thrust factoring, unlike F-22. Advantage in long range combat, disadvantage in dogfights. Speed. Oh my god, that's fast. Health. That's not much health. Firepower. So it's like a Dark Star. Meh. I love mobile loadout lockers on personal transport vehicles. Now that I can switch mid-combat to the infantry kit, I know the need for my fight is really fun, but I don't like having to call in a vehicle to do it. It's kind of when it feels like I have to use that to do my infantry config from in, which is why I called it down. So we're just adding a shorter cooldown supply drop that just allows you to change your loadout with faster. Yeah, I like that. We're able to buy tank, air, water supply crates for like 10 million for 25 parts for millions. I like that. Nah, that's alright. 2x armor is very bland nowadays, considering. Actually, I'm gonna stop right here. I'll do some more later. Until then. Oh! That is true. Anyways, I'm gonna end it there. So, I'm done. If you like my content, feel free to like the video. Maybe subscribe if you're feeling generous. Share it with a friend. I'm trying to get to 10 subscribers. It's a small goal, I know, but it's going nonetheless. Thank you. See you next time.